In this video, I'm going to show you how I make this sarcastic little sign that I use indoors, and these three little minis that you can easily put on a tiered tray. They are so stinking cute. So we're going to take this napkin from the Dollar Tree, one of the Dollar Tree large wood rounds, and this fits on here quite nicely. I had to iron it to get the wrinkles out, and it just came apart, which was a plus. So I'm going to take the Mod Podge, doesn't matter what one, and I'm going to be putting 2 good layers of Mod Podge on this board. And I'm just going to brush it on. That's all I'm going to do. Just with a paintbrush. And I'm just using what Mod Podge I had. It really doesn't matter. Mine's got little chunky booger looking things in there. But I'm going to pick those out whenever I find them. Like I said, I've had it for a while. I need to use it. So I'm going to just do the best I can with it and go with it. When I get done, it's all smoothed out. I don't have no little boogie bumps in there, but anyways, I'll put one on and then I'll hit it with a heat gun and dry it. Not a lot because it will get bubbly and sticky. And then I'll put the second coat on and dry it as well and be right back with you. There it is. And you could tell I used a gloss, but it really doesn't matter. Make sure you get the edges very well. And this fits right on there, but I'm going to try to line it up. And some of the yellow will be on, some won't, but we'll fix that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it over to my heat press, and I'm going to press it because it's 12 inches around there wide. So I'm going to go press it. So now I did my heat press at what you would do a vinyl setting, which would be I do 320 at 20 seconds. So that's what I done. And I am just going to sand my edges and get that off. You can use an iron for this as well. So there it is, all done, and it is stuck down really, really well. There's my holes, and I'm going to line those up with those lines, trying to get it as straight as I can, because, you know, I'm going to put them back in and hang it. So I couldn't see it at my angle. I see it from your angle, but I couldn't see it from mine. So I just took a paintbrush and kind of punctured them a little bit. And I'm going to try to square this up as best I can, but I'm going to put it down towards the bottom because I want to, put something at the top, as you've seen in the picture. And I like to use Heat Transfer Vinyl Caesar Easy Weed Stretch. It's a matte vinyl, and it looks really, really good. And it's a hot peel so that you're not ripping up your paper. So I'm going to put this on the heat press, and there you go. And like I said, you peel hot, and it looks just like ink. I absolutely love this vinyl for this type of stuff and shirts. Now I'm just going to take Apple Barrel Yellow, just plain old yellow paint, and I'm going to take a sponge dauber, and I'm going to take a little bit of paint, and I don't want a glob on here, so I pounce it off a little bit, and I'm just going to pounce around the edges, and this, to me, looks just like the napkin. And I will go over the yellow in the napkin to make it all blend in. But it's cohesive when I'm done and looks great. So I'm just going to pounce around my circle. Now I'm just going to take one of these little, it was a sticker, pop sticker I got last year from the Dollar Tree. I'm sure they'll have them this year, or you can find them at Hobby Lobby probably. And I'm just going to take paint. And this is the yellow, and I'm going to go around it. And then I'm going to use a paint marker to paint the white on the inside. So I'm just going to paint this and this. And, this was harder than I anticipated. So I would just paint the whole thing white and then do yellow. Okay? That's what I would do. But these are easy to paint, and I'm just going to go ahead and finish mine. Okay, now I'm going to take that. That's so blurry. I'm so sorry, this camera, y'all. And I'm going to take a screwdriver and I'm going to poke my holes in so I can put my jute back through it. I glued that little lemon thing down. I don't know where that went. Me trying to edit sometimes is ridiculous. So I'm going to take this ribbon I got from Hobby Lobby, and I am going to cut a piece off, measure a second piece the same length. I don't want these different. I want them the same. And I'm just going to make a loop bow like this by bringing it around, tacking it, and you want to do the same with the other one, the same size loop, okay? So remember how much you lapped over, and it helps. So I'm just going to put these two together, and I'm going to start smushing them together, just back and forth, until I get my little bow here. Then I am going to take my thread and my dental floss, of course, and go around a couple times. Now you can't poke through the glue, so you have to poke where there is none. And then after I wrap it a few times, I'm just simply going to tie it off. Then that little ribbon that you see down there, that gingham, I'm pretty sure I got that at Hobby Lobby as well. And I'm just going to take a piece and cut that even. I may have got it at the Dollar Tree, I'm not sure. And I'm just going to stick it down, and I'm going to carefully bring it around, trying not to smush it so you can't see it. Then I'm going to cut it off, and I'm going to glue it down. Then I'm going to take the whole bow, and I'm going to glue it to the top right there. I'm going to adjust it to where you can't see, you can see, where you can see the letters. I don't want to cover anything up. So I'm putting my bow on first, and it's so cute. It's so cute. I fluff it later. It's a little flat, but now I'm going to take this boxwood. I got this at Walmart, and it was on a stem, and I just picked these little spriggy things off, and I'm going to glue them down. I didn't feel secure with them down this way, so I did end up stapling them, as you'll see, I think, if I don't cut it out for some stupid reason. But anyway, I'm going to put 2 on each side. That's all I'm going to do right here. Here's where I bring in my little stapler. I have it linked in my Amazon store. I absolutely love it, but I had it backwards. I shot a staple somewhere. I don't even know where it went, but I'm just going to give these sprigs a few staples. Now, this ain't a full-size staple gun, but it's perfect for these Dollar Tree DIYs, okay? So, now I did put another one of the slices. I don't know if I said that, but I glued another one down. And there it was. So now I have these cute little mini mason jars. And when I seen them, I was like, oh my God, how cute. And I picked a pack up, but didn't know what I was going to do with them. This is so perfect. So I'm going to take this Dollar Tree tissue paper I found. And I'm just going to take my scissors and cut one of the lemon slices out. So I fussy cut it. And now I'm just going to cut it right close to it. I just wanted to get it off of all the other paper. So I'm cutting as much of the white off as I can without, messing up the little lemon piece there. So when I get that cut out, then I'm just going to take some Mod Podge, and I am going to Mod Podge on the glass. And I use matte because I don't want it to have a shine to it. No, I didn't. I used my gloss. My bad. I used it matte for something else. I'm so silly. I don't even know what I'm doing. But I take some of this matte Mod Podge, and I'm going to put a thin layer on this glass. And I'm just going to lay this little piece of tissue paper over it. And then I'm going to take my brush, and I'm carefully going to go around the edges and just smooth that down, and then go over the whole thing to seal it to my jar. Y'all, I'm sorry. Sometimes I forget what I use and what I'm doing when I'm redoing the video, and it takes me a minute to remember. It had some wrinkles, so I'm just going to take my sponge and touch it, and that just gets all the wrinkles out. It like magically disappears, so it works wonders. And now I'm going to take this yellow paint. Y'all can't see that, it's blurry. But I use one of the white bristle brushes. They're really soft, and they don't make lines in the glass. It doesn't matter what yellow you use. This is just a lighter yellow I had. I can't remember the name of it. And I'm going to go around the glass jar. And if I get it up too high, I want it to be even because it's going to look like lemonade. So I'll take my finger and just rub it around on the inside like that right there, and wipe it off and get it even all the way around. And I'm going to do this until I get it the way I want it. And then I found this straw. Okay, my granddaughter drinks juice boxes sometimes. So I just cut it off and I put it in there, and I got it too short. And I thought, dadgum. So I end up snipping it and gluing it back together, but I get it back in. So when you go to do this, if you do this project, don't be so gung-ho to cut it off short. Measure it on the outside of the glass first. But there it is. It is so, so cute. It's okay, when she drinks another juice, I'll get another straw. There's always something you can do, right? So now I have this cutting board, and I'm pretty sure I got this at Hobby Lobby. And then I have this calendar page. Now you can set your calendar page square on there if you want to, but I didn't want all the background, So I was going to cut it straighter, but I ended up not doing that. And I just took and started pinching and peeling all the way around is what I done right here. You just take your fingers and you pinch where you don't want the paper to tear and then peel up and it'll peel around there. Now I went outside of it just a smidgen in case I did mess up, but you just pinch and peel until you get the excess paper off. This gives it more rustic looking. I don't know. I just like it better. It looked good when I got it done, I promise. Then I'm going to take just white acrylic paint. And this board is bamboo. Okay? So I want like a whitewash type effect on it. So I'm just going to take acrylic paint. This is matte apple barrel acrylic paint. If I know, I'll tell you, but sometimes I don't know. And I'm just going to brush it on lightly. Okay? And I was just going to do distress coat, but it actually covered up more of the wood than I wanted it to. So when I get it on there, I'm going to take that rag over there and I'm going to wipe some of the excess paint off. I'm going to do this to the front, the sides, and the back. There's me wiping some of the paint off to show you what it looks like. It comes out looking so nice. Once I get it painted to my liking and it's dry, I'm going to take my matte Mod Podge and I'm just going to put a thin coat on this board, and I'm going to lay it down, but I'm just not going to do that. I'm going to cover the whole front side so that it all looks cohesive. You know, being a matte finish, I didn't want the Mod Podge to look weird, so I just did the whole front. And I took the rag, if any got on the sides, and just wiped it off before it dried. So this sealed everything down, and then I'll finish decorating. Now I'm going to take jute from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to tack it to the back and I'm going to wind it tightly just around a few times, crisscrossing it, and then I will pull it around to the back, pull it tight, and glue it all down. Now this did come loose, so I ended up putting some glue on the edges there where it's around, where it wraps around the board. I'll get it out here in a minute. Now this, I was going to wrap the hole just a little bit, and then I thought, no, wrap it here. And then I thought, yeah, I like that, but I wanted to show you what it would look like. You can also wrap your whole handle. And I thought this was really cute, but I didn't do it that way. I just wanted the bottom to kind of match the top, so that's what I went with. So I just did, excuse me, I did the same thing, but I pulled it tighter on this one, but I still ended up tacking it on the sides. Now I'm just going to take my jute and I'm going to pull it and make two side by side, fold it in half, and I'm going to feed it through the front and pull it up the back, and that's going to be my little doodad on top. And then I just made a little jute bow, and I am going to put that double loop bow right there in the center, real sweet and simple, and that is going to be my little cutting board. That will be the end to that. I just pinch it all together. Ain't that the cutest little stinking thing? I love it, love it, love it. So pretty. Now I have these little, I don't know what you call them, shelf sitters or something. I got them at Hobby Lobby last year when they were clearancing out their fall stuff. So I'm going to take one of them. These make the cutest little tiered tray decor pieces, and I'm going to bend my wire up. I have to force this one up, but I'm going to bend it up out of the way, okay? Is what I'm doing, because I'm going to paint this with gray chalk paint. It took 4 coats to cover up that Be Thankful black stuff, okay? So I'm just going to go, and I'm going to use this makeup brush from the Dollar Tree because it has a real fine end to it, and it gets under those crevices perfect. So after 3 coats of paint to cover that up, I'm going to take my glue stick and make a mess. Y'all, this came off. It was slick and it came off and went all over everywhere. But, thank God it dries clear, right? So I'm going to put this in the middle. You know, I'm not measuring, I'm just sticking it in the middle. That's my middle. That's what I think is the middle. So yeah. And then I'm going to take this spatula that I use for hot glue and I'm just going to smush down in there. I didn't touch it because I had glue all over my fingers. So once I got that smoothed down, these are clay lemons that I made from clay from the Dollar Tree. And then I painted them yellow. It's air dry clay. And I just shaped it into a lemon shape. And I'm just going to take hot glue, pop them right down in the corner. 3 of them. 2 big ones and a little one. These are very easy to make. It's all about your shaping. You just make a ball and then start pulling the ends to make, not those, to make, lemon ends things. Let me shut my mouth. Okay, so if I got this on a tray, I was thinking that I might see the back. And I didn't want it was ugly. Okay, look, ugly. So I painted it too. Okay, and then I dried it. So I cut out a piece of that tissue paper that I already had. And I'm just going to take my stick glue. And once I get a blob in the middle like this, I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to spread it around and get it very, very good in the corners and on the edges. Then all I do is just stick my tissue paper down and I'm done. That covered up that ugly, unsightly back in case it was seen. Like if you had your tray in the middle of your table and you could see all sides of it, that just covered it up. And then I added a jute bow just to have something on it, and that one's done. So this is what everything looks like. I absolutely love that thing. Well, I mean, I'm absolutely in love with them all. These would be so, so cute on a tiered tray. I hope you liked these projects. If you did, leave me a big old thumbs up. And until next time, you are a blessing. Goodbye.